Hi everyone, my name is Dana Gelsomino and this is video number 33 in the Red Flags of a Narcissist series. Video 33 is red flag number 33, which is you find yourself wondering if you might be in danger. So this is a red flag I beg of you to please take seriously. If you are feeling this way, if you're wondering if you're in danger, then you probably are, because normal people in normal situations do not wonder this. Just like you've probably had a lot of other confusion or kind of wondering about maybe you're this other person that you feel is, either toxic or manipulative or dangerous or destructive. You've probably had a lot of confusion kind of throughout your relationship, wondering, are they possibly cheating? Are they stealing? Are they lying? Kind of what are they up to? If you're confused and if you find yourself Googling their behavior, if you're talking to friends and coworkers and you're trying to make sense of everything, then there's something wrong there. You're not with you're not in a normal relationship. You're not in a normal situation. You know, there's something off. So especially if you don't feel like this around other people, it's just this specific person, then generally that specific person is the problem. It takes normal decent people kind of a while to wrap their brains around that, because we just don't think that way. We don't think that another human being, especially one that's in our life, could really be that problematic. Manipulative people, kind of how they manipulate is they will do certain things to spin the situation. They turn it back on to other people or onto us. They make us seem like we're the crazy ones, that we have the issues, that we have issues with trust or commitment, or that we're somehow expecting too much and that nobody's perfect and we just kind of need to make all of these allowances for their bad behavior, when in fact we just need to leave, is what it is. So, again, if you're wondering if you're in danger, you probably are. I will link down below to kind of how to formulate a safety plan, how to ideally get out of one of these situations in as safe of a way as possible. So let me just kind of go over what victims kind of tend to feel when they feel that they're in danger, and they can feel this way for very valid reasons. Like their partner might be saying, if you were to ever try to leave me, I would kill you. If I were to ever find out that you were cheating on me, I would kill you. If they might be doing things like punching walls or making kind of thinly veiled threats, like if you leave, I'm going to go for full custody. If you leave, I'm going to kind of do X, Y, and Z, or I would poison the dog, or I would kind of do whatever, where you feel like if you were to leave, then maybe other people are going to be hurt by their actions, and that other people are also in danger, whether it's pets or it's children or family members or kind of whatever. Or it could be even more like kind of thinly veiled than that. It could be stuff like maybe they go hunting on a regular basis and they talk about how they love to clean a deer, or they talk about they're cleaning their guns in front of you, or they're talking about a TV show that they saw where maybe the wife killed the husband, and then your partner or this person says, oh, well, she was really thinking that was really smart because now she gets two insurance policies, the one from the dead husband and the one from the house fire. Stuff like that. And you can kind of tell the difference between a person who's just kind of saying weird things and a person who really means it. So really go with your judgment. If you're feeling like something is off, there's something off. Like, you don't need to know with 100% clarity what it is that's off. And I think that's kind of where a lot of people get stuck is, well, I'm not 100% certain. And frankly, practically, it's inconvenient, right? Like, it's easier to think, well, I'm probably making a big deal out of this, than it is to really think about, well, if I really truly believe that I'm in danger, this is going to mean probably me moving, me ending this relationship, me taking time off work, or me getting a different job, or me going into hiding. That's a lot of effort, and I'm not 100% sure. And so then victims tend to stay until things escalate, and then they either get really hurt or they're dead. They get killed. So don't wait until it's to that point. I get that it's inconvenient to have to even think about like totally changing your life, but and it's even more crazy making because other people are probably not going to believe you. if you've gone through this, like I have gone through this, you probably experienced this. Even people that really love you and support you and that are fairly healthy people, maybe like other friends and family, might be like, oh, well, you're really making a big deal out of this, or I don't really think that this person's capable of that, because everybody has this idea of what a dangerous and destructive person looks like and how they behave. And by and large, people are wrong, right? Who saw Bill Cosby coming? Like, everybody thought he was America's dad. He was the greatest guy. No, he's a total predator. But people had a really hard time believing that, because it's like doesn't act like a predator. He doesn't look like a predator. I mean, he wears those like Bill Cosby sweaters, right? That, predators don't wear like long dark trench coats and hang out in alleyways. If they were that obvious to spot, then none of us would be victims of them, right? Because there's obvious. It's the predators that come off as like wolves in sheep's clothing that are really hard for us to spot. You know you best. You know your dynamic best with this other person, whoever they are. And of course, abusive people come in all different situations and roles and ages and genders and sexual orientations in our life. They can be your friend, they can be a parent, they can be a child, they can be a sibling, they can be a next door neighbor, they can be a member of your church, they can be your significant other. They can have lots of different roles in our lives. And it's hard for other people in society, even other professionals out there, to think that, oh, well, could that really be happening? Like Munchausen by proxy, where you've got a parent who, is probably narcissistic, but they're basically making their child sick, or they're killing their children in order to get that attention. It's really hard for society to wrap their mind around that a mother or a parent could do something like that, because that's not our idea of what a parent does, especially to their child. So you know you best. My whole approach with highly dangerous, destructive, manipulative kind of people, plan for the worst, hope for the best. Because if you do it the other way around, if you do it where you're planning for the best and you're just fearing the worst, you're going to be left really unprepared if something happens. And then you're going to be in this scramble to get a plan fast. And that's not what you want to have happen. The number one tool in a victim's toolkit is the weapon of anticipation. And so this person best. You know how they're going to operate. You probably know what they're going to be doing or how they're going to go about doing it. So plan for that. And you're better off, I hope to God nothing happens, right? Like, the whole goal here isn't for you to be proven right and that they actually do something crazy. The whole goal here is for you to really take appropriate action so nothing happens. And again, other people are probably not going to understand this. This is why I highly recommend, if you're not in a support group, get in a support group around other like-minded people who have been there, done that, and that can really give you that support that you need, because it can be a really lonely, isolating time. I totally get it. So I will link down below. Also, I'll put down a safety plan, and I'm going to link to my support group. There's many out there. Just, you can Google them and see what comes up. And so, let's see. Oh, I wanted to share with you. There was a drawing that I came across 2 weeks ago. I was cleaning out one of my memory trunk, and I had forgotten all about this. I hadn't seen this since I broke up with Jack. And I vividly remember like the night he was doing this. But I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't thought about it in like 5 years. It's crazy. So here was a drawing he did. This is one night I was laying on the couch reading a book by candlelight, and he was drawing me. He drew me on a regular basis. This is probably one of the only drawings I really remember. But of course, you can see up in the corner here that there is a snake that looks like it's swallowed a person. So you can see the feet, you can see like the belly, and then you can see the boobs. And like I said, I remembered him doing this, and I had gotten up at one point to go get like a drink or something out of the kitchen, and I looked over his shoulder at it, and it was like, wow, that's a really great drawing, but what's up with the snake? Like, that's just so weird. And he had made some sort of comment like, oh, well, I was thinking how weird it would be if you were to get swallowed by a snake. And I remember thinking like that, yeah, that's really weird. Like, that's weird. That's not funny. It just was so strange that it didn't even, it doesn't make sense, right? But if you know a little bit more about my situation, then you know that for like the last 6 months or so of my relationship with him, I wasn't feeling well, and I had this like extreme fatigue, and I just I felt drugged is what it was. I felt drugged. And it was a woman at the domestic violence shelter that I was working at, and I'd felt this way like, for a long time while I was working there. And so my coworkers knew what was going on, but I got to talking to one of the women there that night, and kind of long story short, she was the one that had said, "Well, Dana, have you ever thought that maybe he was poisoning or drugging you?" And when she said that, it was just like this crazy realization of, yeah, I think she's totally right. And yeah, I think that's exactly what was going on. So it's crazy, just go with that feeling. Like if you know something's off, if you know something's up, if you're just wondering if you're possibly in danger, just go with that gut instinct. Get out of there. It's so not worth staying and being proven right, that you were right, that this person is dangerous. Just get out of there. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. So I take care. Before questions, comments, concerns, frustrations, ideas, insights, you need some support, you just want to say hi, contact info is down below. And as always, you guys are not alone. You are not crazy. You are not crazy. Go with your gut instinct. Please, 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 especially with this red flag. And you really can move forward, and you can heal from this, and you can go on to have an amazing life. You really, really can. There's nothing special or unique about me. There really isn't. The reason I am where I am today after several of these kinds of relationships is I made the very clear decision that I was not going to let this ruin my life. And instead, I was going to pour all of my energy into my philosophy, which is the best revenge is an amazing life. And that's what I got busy building, and that's what I have today. And it's available for you too. Like I said, nothing special and unique about me. It was a decision that I made. So, lots of love to you guys. I will help you in whatever way I can. So find me in my support group, and let's get busy on helping you move forward. So, okay, take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.